Hey everyone, welcome to our daily gratitude and affirmation practice. Thank you so much for being here for today's look at my hair. It is definitely going to be after I walk lay doggos and go on a run, shower time. How are we doing today? So, like I said, you guys are going to get 2 videos. And today, walking backwards in our day. Very grateful I had the time to sit here. I got food, and then I was like, you know what? I don't feel like driving all the way back and then eating. I'm going to just eat here. I already had a YouTube video on, so I just sat, watched that, and then did some research. So, number 1, grateful I got food. Number 2, it's already gone, but I got myself some Starbucks. You know, it's something I wanted to do for myself. Number 3, very grateful the sun is still up. Park's going to be beautiful. Last night, I met a guy who was, we have this clock tower here, and he had positioned his camera, and I was like, ooh, that's going to be such a good photo. I think he was a British guy, and he's like, oh yes, like, waiting for it to rise behind the clock tower, or like above the clock tower, and I'm like, oh, so cool. So, that was really cool last night. And then there's been all these tennis matches going on. Really makes me wish that I could do kickball, but I just have too much travel coming up. So, very grateful I get to go on a walk. Number 4, I did not run last night. So, grateful I'm going to go on a run tonight. Number 5, also grateful that there's going to be time for laundry because it's time to do laundry. My clothes need to get washed, and yep, because I washed the sheets and the towels. I just haven't washed clothes yet, so we're gonna do that today. Number 6, grateful I slept in today. Oh, it was really nice. I needed it. Number 7, grateful I took some time to give myself just some time to decompress. Number 8, had another client session today. It was such a good session. I love helping people. So I'm very grateful that I got to help her. We're meeting again next week. And just looking forward to anyone else who feels called to work with me. Number 9 for the day. I am going to call my aunt on the way back, so I'm excited for that. I think it's going to be a really good conversation. It's going to be an interesting conversation. And then 10 for the day. Grateful that I feel more organized. So taking that time for myself earlier really just gave me an opportunity to come into the present moment, decide what I wanted to do. And then what I'm also going to be doing today starts back up stretching and doing additional exercises. I don't even know what exercises I had planned. I throw it all into ChatGPT and tell it to remember a month's worth, and then I just rotate through exercises. But it's going to be really good to get back into that and feel more into my body. But message of the day. Oh my gosh. Did I get a message of the day, or did I get a message of the day? So, and a number 11, before we get into that, so grateful that my foot continues to get better. A lot of it now is just, you know how like when you have a scab or your skin heals and it's like irritated or itchy, but you know it's healing? That's what it is. And so I'm just so grateful that we seem to be at that point right now. So the message of the day, as we are walking through from our foundations and building ourselves back up again, right? You cannot build your home in emptiness. I will say that again. You cannot build your home in emptiness. So I got this message. It was for me, but it was so powerful. I felt like I just had to share it with you guys. You cannot build your home in emptiness. And before things come into your life, you need to pivot and be in more of a wholeness or fullness perspective. It is similar to when I talk about what are you embodying, what is your state of being, right? And so there's many moments where I think we feel the emptiness. Other words that people use or use commonly now, lack mentality. But lack is the absence of something. And so what does that mean? It's empty. So sometimes we're more attached to the emptiness than we are to the fact that like something's not there. There's space. It feels empty, lifeless, listless, endless, but not energized, full of possibility, something nourishing. And when I was told that today, I really sat with myself for a little bit and realized just how much the story of emptiness runs in my life. Going back to childhood, you have the big emotions. Big emotions are not welcome. You stuff it down. But like as a kid, you have big emotions. You don't have those full capacities. You get punished for it. You get isolated, whatever it is. And, that reaffirms this story of emptiness. Or I even put it into ChatGPT earlier to learn more, right? Because I'm very committed to my own growth and fulfillment. And it was telling me, I was like, tell me the ways that emptiness shows up that we don't necessarily think about. Spending money. The hoarding or the spending of money with a lack mentality or fear-based. I was like, oh yeah. What were some of the other good ones where emptiness shows up? That isolation or time by yourself is isolation and empty versus nourishing and a space to be present. That's another one. Some really good ones. I wish I could look it up, but since I'm using my phone, it's just going to end the video. But just try it out and see how much that is applicable in your life. And the ways, like sometimes it's lack. Lack just seems to be this is really good too. Lack is an active form of emptiness. When I think of lack, I think of an activated state. Oh my gosh, I'm stressed out. I don't have money. I feel the lack. We don't normally say, oh my gosh, I'm stressed out. I feel the emptiness of money. Normally it's like the lack of, there's an active wound there, right? And I think it was difficult for me to see that my active wound lies in emptiness. And here's just my own personal one. I feel like in relationships, I'm usually the one left holding the emotional bag that then just life or the connection feels empty, and I'm left holding like all the residual stuff, like even the stuff that's not mine to own. And I have done a lot of work in that, and we have boundaries now going forward in that in many different areas. I'm not even talking about just romantic relationships. That was a theme that played out in my life because as a child and I think also as a woman, we're way more nurturing, way more giving of ourselves, but we're also far more open to absorbing. And especially if you're empathic, if you're intuitive, which when I was younger, I did not understand as much the energetic boundaries that I could hold for myself, that I could be in just my own state of being and not actually attach and connect or absorb other people's stuff. So that's another one where emptiness, the emptiness of the partnership would be one I would say that I was definitely diving into and exploring today. And it wasn't until the end where I was like, I can't keep living like this. I got to do something about it. I shouldn't be the one. Not only should I not be the one continuing to energetically take stuff on, but I also shouldn't be the one to energetically sit here in something that is done. Even though a part of me doesn't feel like it's complete. It's complete. The person left, And so that's then when I got the message about the emptiness, because at that point I had started thinking about the house again, and how when I'm in a state where my wound is very activated and I'm taking nourishing steps for myself, I can handle sitting with my big emotions now, and I don't go and look for other things the way that I did, because I didn't have the tools to walk through them. But then I started thinking about how the house felt different, and just the concept, just the fact that I don't feel specifically drawn to anywhere right now when it comes to getting a house, what that looks like, what my next place of living is. And then that's when I got the message, stop making your story about emptiness. You need to unattach yourself from emptiness. You cannot, I think, the first line when I was thinking about a house and okay, well, at some point I need to figure this out. And very clearly, you cannot build from emptiness. That also goes for your own internal space too, because I've been feeling, I think, emotionally depleted more than energetically depleted lately. And I recognize that some old patterns are up for me, and we're working through it. But if you are trying to create a new chapter, a new life for yourself, but yet you have this perpetuating story of emptiness or lack, either are applicable, you cannot build the most complete and full story on that foundation. It doesn't work that way. You are going to have to shift your entire reality out of that emptiness. That's where the real work comes from. It's not, at that point, it's not aligning yourself to what you desire. It's shifting yourself from one state of being in this reality of emptiness to being in a reality of fullness. And if the space feels empty now, what does it feel like when it's full? Starting to use those situations to teach yourself how it feels differently and shift yourself there, which is what I'm going to start working on. So that is the message of the day. Let me know if you have any questions. Affirmation time. Number 1, as always, I'm divinely guided and supported. I can ask for help whenever I need it. With gratitude, I humbly ask for help today. Number 2, I love myself deeply, fully, and completely. Number 3, I claim all of myself, all of my power. I remain unattached, fully present in this present moment. Anything that is an expectation, obligation, or burden just rolls right off, does not attach to me. I think we're on 4. 4, I have chosen again, and I have chosen so much better for myself. I have infinite possibilities, and I choose what is most fun, exciting, loving, joyful, nourishing, healthy, whole, complete. 5, I remain unattached, I remain present, but I also exist in a reality where my deepest desires are physically fully present, and I live in a state of fullness. Number 6, what a beautiful day to be alive. Oh, it's sun's just making me so happy. Let's claim a day, our accomplishments, our experiences, appreciate the fact we are powerfully co-creating all of this. Number 7. I breathe easily and deeply in the sanctuary of bliss, peace, and protection where I powerfully reside. Number 8. I am chosen. I choose me. I choose me fully. Number 9. I allow myself to just be. I am safe to just be. I am safe. And 10, for the day, I allow my inner little voice to be heard clearly and fully. That is all for today, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. What are you grateful for? What are you affirming? How are you doing? Let me know in the comments below. I will see you guys for tomorrow's video. Bye.